not only going to be you. If you also believe it's only going to be you, you're setting them up for failure. I'm going to repeat that. If you think it's only going to be you, you're setting them up for failure. And I'm not saying that to you to get you to make sure you bring it over to me. Listen, bring everybody over. I don't care. If man up, take every lead in here, make sure every kid gets registered in a program to get some of youth jobs. I could care less. It could be another organization. It's not about organizations for me. It's about the life. How many lives can we save? If I talk to you today and you go home and have a conversation with your child, and then not today, but tomorrow you have a conversation with your child, and the next day you have a conversation with your child, and you stay consistent with that, and then you link them up with Thomas from Man Up, or with Stanley from East Rogers Village, or you go, my child wants to be in the world of politics, and I see Jabril over there representing from Jamani Williams' office, the public advocate's office. I just want to link them up there. That's fine, whatever it is. I want to get them into cheerleading. Her into cheerleading or him into cheerleading. Yes, they do it too. They get scholarships for that big time. I want to get them into dance. I want to get them into sports. I want to get them into chess. I don't care what it is. You get them into something where somebody is giving them a positive message. The dynamic is one that's built out in a village component. Everybody in here, in some way, has an interaction with your child. I think I met an assistant principal in here. I met a custodian. We got all the school safety agents that see your children walking through the doors in some way, shape, fashion, or form, keeping things on point. We got organizations with outreach workers that are engaging with your kids, whether it be out in the streets in the community, in the school building, outside, for safe passage, whatever it might be. Those dynamics exist to make sure your children are interacted with in a positive way along the way. What I'm saying to you is, let's make sure that stays consistent and constant, or else what we end up with is too many people, too many youth, misguided, doing the wrong thing. Now, I don't want to seem like I'm scolding also. So what I want to say to you is this. When the work that we do, we use credible messages. Did anybody, just based on the term, anybody know what a credible message is? Not you. Does anybody know what a credible message is?
Yeah, somebody is going to set up a strong message that extends a child's mind. Something that you say to a child that follows them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Something you say to a child's mind, but the messenger themselves. What makes them? What makes them? They're credible. What makes them a credible messenger?
They're consistent and they have a good track record.
Well, all right. Let me ask you this: y'all are all parents, yes? What makes you credible parents?
They can trust them.
Because you focus on them. You've either maybe done it once or twice before. You got a few of them. You've gone through the experience. If you don't know what the experience is, you at least have a vested interest in it. You've at least gone through. You walk that path, right? You've gone through those developmental stages. It makes you credible, right? It makes you credible. Guess what? The work we do, we work with credible messengers. People who have worked in the field, have either been justice involved, have either been impacted somehow with gang activity or gang life. Now that sounds, for lack of a better term, it sounds sexy. It sounds like if you write that on paper, that sounds like something you can actually, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of training. It takes a lot of development. And the groups that we have here do that work as well. But I want to encourage you to make sure that you look out for different signs. If your child is, and I got news for you, every child does this. I did this. Every child does it. If your child decides they ain't talking to you no more when they come in the house, they did everything. They're a little bit more honorary about something every single time. Every time you ask them a question. If they don't want to show you their phone. If they're wearing different clothes and you don't know where they got them from. You didn't pay for it. They get it from. If they are having conversations in a way that you don't understand, but you normally did understand. probably a problem. And I'm generalizing it because everybody is different. Every gang, every group is different. So I can't tell you one thing is going to fit the mold for whatever your child might be happening. But most of the point is you got to really be paying attention and be involved and be consistent. Before I bring up, and I don't know if I'm bringing you up, but before I bring you guys up, I want to introduce, this is only because, again, I don't want to seem like I'm scalding you. I do want to somewhat make sure you are aware and alert, but are fearful. Fear does a really good feel. So I call it, I got a spidey sense. Anybody here got spidey sense? Everybody got it. You know when something going wrong, something ain't right, but we don't listen to our spidey sense. I'll tell you why. One, we don't have phone. Two, we don't want to believe what it's telling you. You got it. Believe me. We all have it. We were born with it. We hide it in so many different ways through life and so on. I'm telling you, listen to it. Listen to it. It's most likely right. If you have with your kids, I'd rather you have a bad relationship with your kid who believes that you are just doing too much than a great relationship with your kid and you ain't doing nothing.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And again, yet still, I say all of that, and the potential is still there. I don't want to go any further without introducing Ms. Maxine Lewis. She's going to say quickly, introduce herself, tell a little bit of the story, and then I guess I'm going to bring up Man Up as well, okay? All right? But we're going to try to be brief, but I know it's hard.